Today on Cletus Does Cookin, I make a nice homemade bacon, which is smoked on the Traeger, and in the end, we make a wonderful BLT. Let's get into it. Oh!
Looking scrumptious. Oh, we got a wonderful.
Obviously, I don't have the right side.
Oh! Look at them chupacabra bones. They really turned out nice.
Bon appetit.
Howdy everybody, my name's Cletus von Claptrap. Welcome back to Cletus Does Cookin. Today we have something nice and special. We're going to be curing a nice meat and we're going to be making some homemade bacon. It's a recipe I've been using for the past 4 years now, and it's always been a favorite when family comes. It's always been a favorite during brunch, breakfast, everything like that. And overall, when I have some extra time, I really like doing it on the smoker. So with that being said, let's get right on to the recipe, fellers. For this recipe, we're going to be needing a cure for the bacon, which this consists of 200 grams of pink sea salt, 100 grams of white sugar, 10 grams of granulated garlic powder, 10 grams of black pepper, 3 grams of sage, and 5 grams of chili powder. And once you get these all in a container or whatever jar you do, shake it all up, make sure everything's all mixed in. Sorry, I realized I also forgot there's pink curing salt in there. And we want to measure by grams because you could do, teaspoons, tablespoons, cups of whatever. However, when you're dealing with pink curing salt, you really want to make sure your exact ratios are perfect. Now that you got this mixed up, let's get the pork belly out and get that all cut up. So this is a big slab of skinless pork belly. If you get skin on, you would have to take the skin off. However, if you're lucky like me and have access to skinless pork belly, then you can just go right ahead and cut it into 4 chunks, or however many chunks you want. You can technically do this in an entire slab. It's just gonna take a lot longer to cure, and I'm on a bit of a time crunch for this because it's gonna have to cure for 5 days. So, we're gonna cut this into 4 chunks, depending on our bags here. Now that we have these in the appropriate chunk sizes that we need, I'm gonna start dumping a bunch of this on this side, and then we're gonna put a bunch on this side, just even coating. Now you may not use all of this, just depending on how big your pork belly is. Definitely won't be. And we're gonna flip all of them over and do the same. We also wanna make sure all the sides are nice and coated as well, so I'm just gonna put some on the cutting board and just tap them lightly. It's not like a brisket or a steak or anything where if it's not covered, then there's gonna be problems. It's gonna be curing for 5 days in a very tight bag, so it's gonna get a chance to really penetrate that meat. The rest of this rub you could save for the next time you make bacon. It's good, it stays in the cabinet for months, and overall it's just a really good recipe to have on hand. We're gonna get these bags ready, we're gonna put the pork belly in, and we're gonna let it seal. I'm gonna be honest, Cletus is an idiot like 99% of the time, but the 1% he gets the sizing right first try, I don't know. I think I deserve $1 million. Or some catfish and grits, I don't really care. I don't need to record this whole thing. Now that those are in the bag, quite simply enough, actually this isn't simple at all. This is very complicated. Get your notes out and get ready for this, all right? So, vacuum sealer. Put the inside of the bag here, push here. Look at that! Suck the air right out of it. And then it's gonna seal. But not like the seal, but like the vacuum seal. And once it's done, it's just automatically gonna pop out like this. All of the air, or 99% of the air is gone. Let's repeat. Now that all 4 of these are ready to go, they're gonna be put in the fridge for the next 5 days. Every day I'm gonna flip them at least once. And if you ever notice that these are leaking, please either reseal, double seal, whatever you need to do, because that will be a disgusting mess to clean up. So fellers, I'll see you in 5 days, but for you, it's gonna be only a couple seconds. But before that, a montage of the pork. All right, I'm sorry. All right, fellers, we're back after 5 days. I've been flipping it every day for the past 5 days. Now what we need to do to prepare for the smoker is first we're gonna preheat the smoker to 250. And we're gonna take these out of the bags and rinse them off of any salt so it's not too salty when we actually eat the bacon. This before it goes on the smoker. This is what it looks like. Extremely pink now that the curing salt has gone in there. Now that these are all ready and washed off, time to put them on the smoker. All right, fellers, so we have the Traeger set to 250. I'm using these right now, but let me know if there's any Canadian brands that you know of. I'm looking for new ones. That bag of pellets bit the dust. The sawdust. All right, so we're gonna put these on now, and we're just gonna slab them together. Fat side down. There's a little snowman. Hold on. Look at that, guys. It's a wild snowman. Now that those are on the smoker, they're gonna stay on for another 2 to 3 hours, but you wanna make sure it's at least 160. Once you're ready to cook it, doesn't matter, you'll just slice it up and get it all ready to go. But until then, see you soon. You have to have Boo Boo Bear in there, huh? What do you think of the bacon? Before we check the bacon, there's something here that needs to be seen.
Is my mouth moving?
That's right. Jeez.
Well, fellers, after 3 hours on the smoker, all of these slabs of bacon are ready to be put in the fridge overnight so they can chill right before we slice into them and make the best BLT ever. Bacon. Yep, that's what's happening. We are back a little bit after a day later, and we got our nice cool down slab of bacon. What we're doing today is we're gonna be making a nice BLT with this bacon. I'm gonna slice some slices up and we'll meet you at the pan. This is just the end piece with more seasoning and stuff. But look at that. And I myself have a deli slicer. I could just whip that out for all this bacon, and I am considering it. But at the same time, it is a bit of a pain in the butt for the amount of meat I have here. All right, fellers, I've cut up some bacon here, and we're just gonna cook these on a cold cast iron pan here. I'm gonna be bringing this pan up to a medium-high heat in order to get a nice crispy perfection. So until then, we'll see you when this is starting to bubble. So here we have all the bacon in its glory. Half of it sliced up, some of the halves of the other slabs I kept, just because I'm gonna be giving these away to some family, and I'd rather them in slabs. So if they have a preference on what size they'd like their strips of bacon, it could be like that. But I'm gonna vacuum seal all this later. But let's check on the bacon that's been on the stove. Alrighty, fellas, let's assemble our BLT. So right here we got some mayo and mustard on the bread. We're gonna first layer our butterleaf lettuce here. I like to put a lot of everything on here. We're gonna put our bacon. I'm not gonna use all of this because I just wanna try some. We're gonna put on some seasoned tomato. And we're gonna put the crown on our king and press down. That looks quite swell, fellers. We'll see ya at the table. We got our nice sandwich and bacon ready to go. So first I'm gonna give the bacon a try. I've been changing up some of the ratios of this recipe. I think I nailed it. I personally love making my own bacon because I know exactly what's in it. You can't really go wrong with that. Not overly salty, nice and packed with flavor though. But I think that's enough of just the bacon. I'm gonna try it on a BLT. You pair that bacon with your favorite bread, some beefsteak, tomatoes, and butterleaf lettuce. I mean, it's not going to be a bad sandwich. That is some good stuff right there, fellers. I hope you liked the video, fellers. If you did, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you want some more. This has been Cletus Does Cookin, Bacon Edition.